Hi girls, making a video for you on radians, and I reckon it's going to be a really good video because I have confidence in me. Now, radians are just another way to measure angles, and I would suggest at this point you go to Wikipedia and type in radian, R-A-D-I-A-N, and there's a GIF on the side of the page, and I think you should have that up while I'm talking, and I'll show it to you in class tomorrow. But basically, radians are just a way of converting angles to different things. So if I talk about pi radians, it is the same as 180 degrees. And that's the only skill you really need to have for tomorrow's lesson. Now, you'll see the GIF there, and it's going to do a better job of kind of explaining what's happening. But if I draw a circle, and I just think about the length, of that. Right? Now this is a unit circle, obviously. So this red section is pi. Units long, right? Because remember, circumference is pi d or 2 pi r, so it's 2 pi for the circumference of the circle, but that's half a circle, so it's pi. And exactly the same, it is mapped out, if you like, by an angle that is pi radians. Right? The idea, the definition, the technical definition of a radian is if I have a unit circle. Oh, I forgot about this. Nope. Let me try it again. Check that out. Wow, I'm happy with that. So if I've got a unit circle and I take an angle that is 1 radian and I measure the arc there, that arc will have length 1. That is the definition of the radian, and the GIF that you're hopefully looking at this point will show you, and I'll remind you that the radius is length 1, so this red line and this red line are actually the same length. Okay, so let's just quickly do a couple of examples. So let's just do some conversions. So if I wanted to convert 127 degrees into radians, what I do is I say, well, if 180 is pi, I'm basically going to do the unitary method. So I'm going to cut it up into 180 equal parts and then multiply it by pi to scale it back. And that's about 2.217. Yeah, I just did that in my head. Okay. And then if I want to go the other way, let's say I had 2.4 radians. Now, there's a little C notation, but that actually almost never comes up. It'll be very obvious if it's radians or degrees. And I want to turn that into degrees. I do the same thing with the unitary method. I say 2.4, well I want to unscale it by the pi and then scale it back up into degrees with the 180. So it's basically the unitary method. And that is like roughly 137.51 degrees. Okay, that's it for tomorrow. I'll put a couple of quiz questions here or just before. But that's basically what we're going to do tomorrow. Okay, I'll see you then.